I don't think I've ever gotten so many requests on how I did a makeup look. DMs, comments, so here you guys go. I feel like this is just the perfect fall makeup routine. We're giving skin, we're giving eyes, we're giving lips. I'm obsessed. Okay, let me shut up. I literally did this makeup at my friend's house in 30 minutes using whatever I had in this bag. Somehow I just like packed the perfect concoction of makeup. I started with my Huda Beauty Easy Blur primer. I packed the little mini. This makes my makeup go on so smooth. Another Huda mini. I went in with the color corrector in Cherry Blossom just to cover up any discoloration. Just dab, dab, dab. Then I took my Beverly Beauty foundation stick and just a tiny bit, like not a lot. Another Huda mini. This is in the shade Cheesecake. Chin, Cupid's bow, forehead, sides of the nose. Then I take a slightly darker shade around my nose, any little marks I want to cover, around the mouth. Blend everything out, but I'm gonna let the under eyes chill. I'm gonna go in with this ABH contour stick under the lip. You don't want to go on your actual jaw. You always want to go underneath. Otherwise, it's gonna look like you have a beard. On the temple. For the jaw, you want to go downwards. For the cheek, I go kind of sideways and into the hairline, keeping this section light. I'm gonna use this smaller brush for my nosy. Now, something I did differently is I used this little Huda Beauty mini sponge to blend out my under eyes, and for some reason it made them look so flawless and beautiful. Usually I don't let my concealer sit and I'll blend with a brush. Doing this just looked so nice. Drag it up, carve out the nose. Look at that. I swear I'm not doing this to be annoying. I just packed all these Huda minis because I was going to my friend's house. Huda Beauty blush filter in the shade Cotton Candy. Same brush. Dab up here on my cheekbones and then drag it down. A little bit on the nose. I even took some of my Charlotte Tilbury pinkgasm blush just to add a little bit of glow. Place this a little higher up. Some setting spray just to melt everything together. Some Huda Beauty peach pie powder. Another mini. You don't need the minis, by the way, guys. These all come in big sizes. I pretty much set everywhere I put that concealer. So down the sides of my nose, up here, and like right here because I get a lot of texture. Center of the forehead, chin, a little over here, and a little around my mouth. I used two blushes, a more berry and a more pinky shade, and I go a little bit higher up on the cheek. And then I took Say in Mia, like right on the apples of my cheek, nose. Then I went in with my YSL bronzer, kind of everywhere where I contoured, honestly. Then I used my MAC 1mm brow pencil, but it literally finished while I was at her house. Never mind that. I also love my ABH Brow Wiz. Honestly, I'm kind of messy with it because we're gonna clean it up with concealer anyway. Brushing as I fill. Take a little bit of concealer on the back of my hand, a little flat brush. Just carve my brows. Nothing too intense, but it really makes such a big difference. Like, makes them look so much cleaner. I do the top and bottom. My ABH Brow Freeze, run that through. I just took a little bit of bronzer in my crease, under the eye. And then the most important part, yes, my Rare Beauty highlighter broke. I'm so sad. I'm gonna highlight the inner corner of my eye and kind of do a mini aiguisole. Not fully gonna highlight under here and do the whole shadow, but I am gonna drag the highlighter a little bit lower than I usually would. I feel like this just makes the eyes stand out so much. Ew, eye booger. I'm also gonna highlight the nose, Cupid's bow, and a little right on the tops of my cheeks. I mixed a really dark brown and a black eyeshadow and just created a tiny little wing. I'm gonna curl my eyelashes. My eyelashes were eyelashing. I got so many DMs asking me what I used, so here you go. The key is this Too Faced Foreplay Mascara Primer. This makes my lashes look insane. I make sure they look really nice and separated on this first step. Then I go in with Maybeline Sky High, a little bit on the bottom, a little nude in the waterline. I made a separate video on my lip combo, so you're gonna have to go watch that if you want to see. You guys see all this little texture coming through? Take a really blurring powder and a powder puff and just go over under your eye. And it's just gonna brighten everything up. Look how smooth. And there we go. I feel like this makeup is so foolproof. Like, it turned out just as good as it did the day that I did it. Look at this. This is no beauty filter. It looks insane in flash photography too, as you can see. It's matte in all the right places. It's glowy where it needs to be glowy. Thank you so much for watching.